Some of the challenges that think tanks face in getting funding, governance issues. Most donors are very reluctant to support an organization where there is no clear accountability, no clear transparency in terms of how the resources will be managed.
A lack of knowledge about the changing funding priorities. There are many different funders and donors out there. They have very different funding priorities. In addition, I'd say the high transaction cost as well, that can be a real barrier for think tanks. And also, having the right resources and skills to be able to prepare for bids, that requires, a certain critical mass within those think tanks, and they can be some of the important barriers I think that they are facing.
Another challenge I would say is their capacity to really sell themselves to donors. Demand is very high, and funding is getting more and more scarce. So it's important to be able to position your organization in a way that appeals to donor, in a way that makes them see what is the value added that you will be bringing to the table, why supporting you and not another organization.
Think tanks face some barriers because it's difficult to understand and engage funders frequently to know exactly what they want. How do you communicate with a funder? And sometimes I think also think tanks themselves need to think a little bit more about their own communication strategies, how they transmit the important work they do and how they're working. And so I think all of those things together can make it difficult sometimes to get funding.
Challenge for think tanks is attracting the funding they need, that core non-earmarked support that allows them to make their own decisions and be flexible and agile and have long-term plans and not be forced to deliver short-term results.
When you're making the pitch for core funding, it's often not very sexy for funders, right? To say, well, please give me some money so I can strengthen my human resource department, so I can pay my senior researchers a bit more. The challenge then is making the case for funding and the link between the core funding and what the kinds of impact that funders are ultimately trying to see.